Howdy, DK here from the StrangeCraft server, quickly overlooking the spawn down there by the portal behind me. Down there. Yeah. Very quickly going through the projects that I have had so far on the server and a little bit about what I do on the server outside of just randomly appearing in people's places on their streams and stuff, because I'm stalking everybody. I try to maintain the server in the sense that I try to make sure that we don't lag it out. This causes me to sometimes be the unpopular guy, enforcing temporary rules, such as for a while we were not allowing people to have more than 10 villages within a certain area. I believe that was within 10 chunks, 20 chunks of each other. I don't even remember, we got rid of it pretty fast. Yeah. I also get the unpleasant joy of having to deal with people not being active, because there are certain activity requirements within the server, and if people don't live up to those, we'll have to talk to them about fixing it or getting rid of them, and I tend to be the one doing that. Here's the first place that I want to show off on here. The tree that I lived in for the first week in game. The hill that I actually used, but has now been taken over by Koala for building a house. I used to have some animals in there. That is my bamboo growing there, and yeah, I have my stuff up in the tree. While living up in the tree, I was using wood tools only, which is why this sign is here to commemorate those glorious days. I built my house. I did some exploring, I put up some things, I have my bed in here. We had for a while a rainbow colored array of beds because we were a couple of people all living in the same area. We still kind of are, but we're not all sleeping in the same massive bed anymore. Temporary storage up here for a bit of everything. Yeah, not much to see. You'll probably notice that I'm having a minimap on. I use a voxel map for that. I tend to have a couple of mods going. That's why you can also in the bottom right see my durability show up. When I use a shulker box, I can hold down a button to see what's inside, like so. Yeah, in general, just small enhancements, nothing big, nothing game changing, unless you consider it game changing, having access to things in the game that you would otherwise need pen and paper for, like having waypoints for everything you can see out there. One of the new guys, Ampfielders over there, Crazy's up there. Way over there we have a mob farm that calls it up. There's some gravel that way. Yeah, stuff like that, basically. Here we are on top of my gold farm. It's a reworks design. Uses a bunch of magma blocks and some slabs to make sure the gas and magma cubes and stuff don't spawn up here. There's an egg in here that lures in all the little zombified piglins, and then the golem along with the lava for some odd reason that I don't understand help keep them in combat, which then makes it so that when they drop down and die, they count as player kills, which means they will drop the XP. There's also this little platform that is a Dusty Dude project he's setting up to be near the gold farm. There's a sort of low, pretty box standard setup really. It sorts the 2 drops that we get from the farm and send anything else, which the only other thing that they can drop are these, that sometimes things drop out here. Not much, but I could replace it with glass the whole way around to make that not happen. Yeah, they get smelted down and get sent back into the system as these little nuggets. And finally there's this little kill chamber up here. You walk in. Well, I say kill chamber, it's more like an XP collection chamber. But they drop down from up there. Once in a while the golem will kill one. Kind of often actually, but whatever. Like one every good chunk that comes by him. They drop down, XP plops in. I just kind of stand here and everything gets repaired, scroll through. Super efficient, there's nobody's working in the nether. Part of my future plans is I want to have an XP farm that is close to this efficiency in all the areas, meaning I want a guardian farm, I want an enderman farm, and I want to have this gold farm. and potentially one that does not require mobs in terms of a cleric infused potion powered, yeah, little setup, like a chamber where you walk in, you stand on a pressure plate, and as long as you're there, potions keep being thrown at you. Finally, here I am at the dig site. I have some wood out here outlining an area that is exactly 17 by 17 chunks big, which I plan to turn into a perimeter over time. But unlike most people who want a perimeter for farms and whatnot, I do not use TNT tubing. I do not use TNT bombing. I dig them out manually. So I started at the very top and I dig down to level 5, which is where you start seeing the odd piece of bedrock here and there pop up, and then I cover it all in lime green carpet, which getting the carpet and everything takes time. There's a pillager outpost, which is part of my future plans over there. I have it boxed in, so to speak, and my name is on it to indicate that it is, in fact, one that I have laid claim to. And then below here there is my little witch farm. The witch farm is the main reason that we have a 17 by 17 instead of a 16 by 16 chunk area, because it's almost directly in the center chunk, and that is again a pretty basic one. There's some string going across, unleashing water whenever they spawn. They drop over here in a little chute that then sends them towards the center, or rather towards this end here. They get dropped down, and they die from the fall. Other than that, there is a slime farm. It's a 2-chunker, and basically what happens is slime spawn. They catch the eyes of a golem. They walk towards the golem. They are too focused on him, and they drop down to their death. And then there's a collection system below. And that is pretty much it. Now, my future plans on the StrangeCraft server involves obviously continuing and finishing my base for now, and then I want to get more into setting up mini games and stuff. I have some great ideas. Well, I find them great. I have some ideas for some mini games that I want to set up and make other people play. Some of them involving a mixture of a battle against your own willpower and an available time, and meanwhile also a battle against another player. So that's going to be exciting at some point. Outside of that, that is pretty much all. I'm not sure if I should make a series, like a weekly update or something from this server, because I do stream it every day almost on Twitch.tv. But I mean, if there's interest for it, I could be persuaded to set up like a weekly here's what I've accomplished this week type video. But I do encourage dropping by the stream to see what's actually happening. That's the best way to keep up with the progress, honestly. The final steps of our little tour would be this house over here, my in-between base situation. It's a 3-story house. Up top we have just a bit of decoration in terms of some barrels that could potentially be used for storage, but I don't intend to. Bunches of shulker boxes full of gravel and sand over here to make a round of concrete for my base. Concrete converter in here. Pretty standard setup. You fill this dropper up with concrete powder. You place it in here. It drops out and it goes into the hopper or flies off in that corner for some reason, or that corner, depending on where I stand. Which way on this side I pick it up with another hopper. Over here I'm just kind of deliberately trying to stand like this so I always get it. There's also room over here for the same system to put 2 shulker boxes if I'm converting a whole lot, and you just take a little bit in the offhand, and that's pretty much all you need to do. And this is all to set up for moving up here in the sky eventually. I do have one little room up here that I'm using for a bed to shave off like a minute every couple of in-game days by not having to fly down, sleep down there and fly back. little bit of room to store things. My 4 beacons going through. Could set up more, but honestly I don't think I need resistance or strength when I'm primarily building. Currently there's a big platform up here, and there's this one wing coming out. I want to have a ring like in the middle of this. That's like 10-15 blocks wide, going the whole way around the thing. Again, I want the one out here. The main issue I have right now is I can't decide between having 4 or 3 wings in total. Because with 4 it would line up with the red glass, and with 3 it would be just after the red glass here and there. There would need to be one going out, like shot off to the side and shot off to the side over there. But yeah, this whole thing is going to take a long time. It's mildly, it's inspired by the Deep Space Nine space station from Star Trek, in terms of size and design, except obviously it's much bigger than Star Trek. But yeah, we have build limits here, so we can't build that enormous. I also have that. I plan to be spending a lot of time on this, and making sure there's enough room for a sorter and whatever else I need.